I am now in Xi'an. Very, very old ancient city. It used to be the capital of China in about three dynasties. I think the Qin, the Han, and the Tang dynasty. So I think there's been a city here for about 3,000 years now, which is quite a long time. It's most famous for the reason I'm here, actually, the terracotta warriors, which were they were built or commissioned, I guess, by China's first emperor, and they make up like thousands, or maybe a couple of thousands of men and horses, all a little bit bigger than life size, and they're meant to protect him in the afterlife. But they weren't discovered till 1974, I believe, which is pretty crazy. One of the most significant archaeological discoveries in that century. And they were just discovered by farmers. Nobody even knew about them until they were discovered. I know it sounds weird to say, but something that scale, you maybe, and for such an important person, it's maybe written about somewhere. But no, nobody knew about them until they were discovered by the farmers. But no, they're kept 70-80 kilometers outside the city, and basically where they found them in his tomb. I can't wait to see them. I'm gonna go there tomorrow. It's also quite significant for the Silk Road. It's actually the starting point of the old Silk Road. So it became a melting pot, and it still is, of a lot of different cultures. You've got the Muslim quarter, which is the most significant, I guess, which I'll be going to today at some point. And you have the Grand Mosque, and it's apparently quite famous for loads of really nice food. Oh no, I've just been immensely distracted by what looks like to be a Victor shop. So, oh, this is nice. So obviously I'm gonna have to go into the Victor shop. Okay, there goes a little £40 detour. Got myself some shorts, a nice top, some socks, and he threw in a little gift for me as well, which I asked what it was, but I still don't know. It's in a little sealed box, so I guess I will find that out at a later point in time. But I am at, what's it called? The Small Wild Goose Pagoda, which is one of two wild goose pagodas in Xi'an, and the other being the big wild goose pagoda. And it's not too busy. I don't know if I need to get a ticket first, but I'm going to just try and walk into it and see what happens. I think I'm going to try and get some food first, because I'm absolutely ravenous. I've had a little glimpse of it. It looks like a much more run-down version of the one in Dali. But yeah, I'll get some food and then I'll show you that. So you definitely need to pay to get in here, but people were scanning their like Chinese ID cards, which you do, you buy a ticket usually online, and it's like associated with your ID card, and you can just scan that wherever you go. It's pretty useful. I mean, that would be pretty cool for our driver's licenses, or if we had an ID card like that. But yeah, I mean, I said stuff to her in English, obviously. She didn't understand them, obviously, and she just opened the barrier for me. She seemed pretty confused, but what a lovely woman. And I'm inside. There's the pagoda. It's losing its top a little bit. I have a feeling it's very, very old. So let's go over there. The most lovely public toilets next to the old goose. They'll be horrible inside though, as usual. So Xi'an still has, or is one of very few Chinese cities that still have very well preserved city walls. They go all the way around the inner city, and there's also a moat which also goes around it, which I'll show you here. Very smoggy. They were built in the 13th century, in the Ming dynasty, just because, I don't know, maybe they were getting attacked a lot then. But that was when Xi'an was the capital of China, so obviously an important city, and the emperor at the time was advised to build walls around it, so that's what he did. There was already some kind of wall, small wall, like palace walls, in place from the years like 700, which was actually when the small wild goose pagoda was built. One interesting fact I thought was quite cool is when the Japanese were bombing Chinese cities during the Second World War, the local population built bunkers underneath the city walls because they're so big. I mean, look how wide they are. It's crazy. It's like a plaza. All this Chinese New Year decoration on top of the wall probably goes all the way around. All these people staring at me as usual. I've made the decision to rent a bicycle, and I'm going to cycle around the whole city. See how long that takes. This was definitely the right decision, because damn, it's a big wall, and it's kind of early. I'm kind of near the other two things that I wanted to see, which is the bell tower and the Muslim quarter and the Grand Mosque, and I don't think that's going to take too long. So you know what, detour around the whole ancient city. Southwest corner. I don't know if you can really see how big this actually is, but there's the other gate tower right at the end. So I'm at the northeast corner of this wall, and I've just come down the east side, which is down there, and I'm going to cycle down there, which, I mean, that's beyond my horizon. So you go, like, the curvature of the earth's probably evident on this. Just like, I'm not sure how long it is. Okay, that's me at the, oh god. Okay, that's me at the northeastern, corner. Actually, these aren't original. They're all destroyed, all the corner ramparts. Three of them were renovated in the 1970s to, I guess, look like what they would have looked like hundreds of years ago. But yeah, it's a lot like the other one, and the view down either way is also a lot like the other one. There was there was a north gate. There was a north gate, but to be honest, it wasn't very interesting, so I didn't really stop. I just went by. I'm more than halfway. I'm gonna go down the east side of the wall and then back along the south to where I started, and then I'm gonna continue my plan after killing a little while, which is good. So cool. I'm gonna go. Yep, just checking in. Southeast Tower. Although, I mean, I could just have recorded these at the same one and you wouldn't even know. But yeah, Southeast Tower. Down there is where I started and where I finish. Can't actually see it, but it kind of goes downhill, and then there'll be all those mad blow up or model things, and then back up the east wall there. Cool. I'm gonna go finish this cycle and then get to the bell tower and the mosque.